All right, welcome, Ian Butler. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's see. I was going through your profile and talking to
All right.
people and trying to figure out. I didn't want to repeat too much that you've already done on interviews, but I feel like it's important to start at the beginning. You've done it all. You've done MMA, you've done
Yeah.
grappling, you've traveled, you've done wrestling. I mean, literally, you've done it all. So, where did your athletic career start? I'm assuming wrestling. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wrestling and
Yeah.
football. Like I was a high sports athlete. Or a joke like to say, one of my coach and Ira called me like a black athletic,
Oh,
right? I'm black, I'm
great.
athletic. I can do it all, right?
Right.
So like nah dude, I played baseball, like I played football, but wrestling, grappling, my mom always had me in the martial arts. She was a huge Bruce Lee fan,
Oh, cool.
like we used to play Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. I had a dope mom. So like it
That's
was
cool.
martial arts was always like a thing. I always did like karate, I always did like something striking, something in a combat realm
Cool.
that I was doing, but wrestling and grappling was like the mainstay for sure.
Very cool. And like you did all different types of martial arts. How did you end up kind of ending with jujitsu specifically?
Uh, just MMA. Just trying to get into MMA, honestly. Just that was
Gotcha.
just like when I got older, I knew like to fight in MMA, jiu-jitsu was part of it. And then getting into like the MMA realm,
Hmm.
grappling jiu-jitsu just makes it's an easy transition for a wrestler because at the end of the day, I still
Yeah.
think it's grappling, right? Like judo, jiu-jitsu,
Hmm.
wrestling. Sambo, it's all grappling. Like the
Yeah.
rules, there's different techniques, right? Rule set
Yeah.
might be a little different, but the language is almost the same, right? It's like Spanish is almost in each little language, right? So like
Yes.
it was an easy transition, and then I stuck with grappling for jiu-jitsu for a long time. I'm gonna sound old because I'm 35, but like it's when I was going and traveling, winning all the Nagas, I was getting ranked and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
then switched over to MMA because that's where the money was at. There was like no money in jiu-jitsu. ADCC wasn't even there. It still existed, but it wasn't popping, right? Like
Right.
Instagram wasn't like a thing. It was just Facebook. I think MySpace was still like,
You were still coding your background.
Yeah, right. And my songs were fire on my MySpace
Of
page, you know?
course.
So like, so there was no fucking money. Literally paid for everything to get into these tournaments and stuff like that. And but MMA was the goal, like, so
Yeah.
like yeah. And then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying about having a wrestling background being able to be transferable to these other sports. I mean, we all know the white belt jujitsu person that walks in with a wrestling background and you start rolling with them and you're like, this
Man,
is
what the fuck?
not
Yeah,
this is not your first time on the mat, you
yeah.
liar, right? Like you
Yeah,
get
people get upset. People get upset. Black belts get upset at me all the time, bro. Like
yeah.
it was a thing. And then they're like, "You wrestled, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can
Like it's
tell."
not my fault. Like, I'm sorry that I have a
For
background,
sure.
right? They almost consider it, they look at it as like cheating. You're like, okay, I'm
Nah, it's
sorry that
cheating,
I'm
dude. That was
good.
the only thing. Like Naga is just like, dude, you can't be doing these fucking divisions. And then my coach, Keith Brock, was always just um he was real. He goes like, bro, like he goes like he hasn't been grappling for 6 months. He can be in the fucking bracket. And then he goes like he literally has done jujitsu for like 2 weeks, bro. Like he's just like it's not jujitsu, it's different, you know.
Right.
And then yeah. So I
Isn't
was
that is her name Helena? Who's the wrestler that's been doing
yeah,
that?
Helena just won Olympic gold
Yeah.
medalist, just won worlds, right? And stuff
Hmm.
like that. But here's the thing though. Like you always see it for wrestling, right? Oh, if you have a wrestling background, you have to go up to the experience bracket. But they don't do that shit for judo. They don't do that
Right.
shit for sambo. They don't have those rules. Like I think
Right.
is bullshit. Like if you're beginning in jiu-jitsu, you're beginning in
A
jiu-jitsu. You
hundred
know, it's not
percent.
your fault. It's not your fault. A judo black belt, it's pretty much like a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, bro. You know how to do arm bars, you know how to do that thing, but the stipulation is different for them. It's like uh women's rights per se. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it has to be fucking equal, bro. It has to be equal across the board. It's unfair, but who cares? I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
know.
I think us as grapplers, as jujitsu practitioners, we're always pushing how important knowing grappling it is, right? Like we always have the argument of, oh, if you get in a fight, it gets taken to the ground, right? So we have to be consistent with that argument. To your point, it's like, okay, she's a wrestler, but once they're on the ground, the playing field is equal at that point. She's new,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. And I know her and she's a friend of mine, but like she submitted only a couple people though, right? Like
Yeah,
if you want to bitch about it, make your jujitsu better. Like
that's
fucking
true.
learn sweeps and then don't get fucking taken down. Like, like
Yeah.
just make sure your takedown defense is good, right? And then if you have a problem with it, make sure you have good fucking guard retention. That's jujitsu. That's
Yes.
on you at that point.
100%. And I watched some of her matches and it wasn't like, oh my God, this girl is, sandbagging and
Nah,
she's out there doing
no.
crazy
She was
shit.
literally she's a
Yeah.
beginner in jiu-jitsu. You can tell. Like the head and arm choke,
Yes.
like she couldn't fit like like she's a beginner in
Yes.
jiu-jitsu. It's like legit.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, if I saw her going out there doing some like crazy inversions, we'd be like, but
I'm like,
she
man, what
looked
the
like a blue
fuck?
belt. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, right. We're like, wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute.
yeah,
No, but
yeah.
she looked to me like exactly what she was, which, she
Yeah.
was competing at a blue
Yeah,
belt level,
yeah.
I believe. So,
And then I think it's like I think they think wrestlers are like aggressors, stuff like that. But like it is true, right? In our sport, like stalling in wrestling hits heavy, right? You
mhm,
get penalized heavy for stalling, so you have to
mhm,
be aggressive. You have to be on the go. It's jiu-jitsu can get passive because you can just chill in the fucking side control or chill and like
mhm.
mount. Like it's you can't do that in wrestling. So like at that point, like competing at a high level, that's just a personal thing, right? You just
Yeah,
like who cares if you're a wrestler or not? Your intensity and your pace should be on you. Like
absolutely.
it's
I agree with you 100%. So, you started with wrestling, then it sounds like you
yep.
got into martial arts. Then at some point you decided MMA is where all of your energy was going. What had you make that decision? When were you like, I think I want to make this a career?
So I'm a St. Louis boy. I'm a Midwest boy to the core. So born and raised. So
Cool.
I ain't gonna say I had to wrestle, but real talk, I had to wrestle, right? So like
Yeah.
it was born in our state. They treat wrestling like you're in the military. Thank you for your service, right? Somebody
Right,
told me
right.
that time, right? Like you wrestled at Mizzou, you wrestled like, so I had guys. I had Tyron Woodley, had all those guys, Michael Chandler, like those guys were like the mentor of mine.
Yeah.
So it was an easy transition for me to just go over. And that was the goal in the first place, right? I just wanted to see how good my jiu-jitsu was gonna be and traveling winning these tournaments. And I knew there's
Yeah.
no money in it. So in college, I had my first amateur fight and then I faced a guy that was a 3-0 purple belt. He was finishing everybody. That was like my first amateur fight in like Bumfuck, Eureka, Missouri. It was at a Motel 6, a nicer Motel 6. It was the
Okay.
79.99 a night one. They had a conference room. My locker room was the kitchen. And this was the guy's fucking hometown. So like my corner was behind his whole family and everything. And
Wow.
yeah, man, came out and knocked him out in the second round. He never fought ever again. And
Oh
then
my
like
God.
and then that's when I was like, yo, I can do this. Like that
Hell
wasn't
yeah.
bad. Like, yeah, 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 yeah. Like I was
Yeah.
doing it. And then I quit college, quit everything, and then dude, I just went all in, threw my eggs all in one basket and just went for it,
Yeah.
honestly.
You've come a long way from Motel 6.5, we
Yeah,
could
yeah,
call
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. And then
So,
my second amateur fight was at Fisher's Bar and Grill in Belleville, and then fighters got free wings.
oh, very cool. I
Yeah,
would be
yeah,
sold
yeah,
after
yeah,
that. I'm like,
yeah,
what more do I,
yeah,
what more do I need?
yeah.
So then you fought for Bellator, correct?
Yes. Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
fight
yeah.
for anybody else or was it mostly Bellator?
Mostly them. That was like my big league signing, and then my contract was really cool because I got to open up and go. Like they always saved me for the big show because like I always sold a lot of tickets,
Yeah,
right? Like I drew a lot. Like even in the later of my amateur career, I was selling out the Family Arena in St. Louis for my amateur career,
very
and
cool.
Bellator got a hold of that because they're like, dude, we might go to the Midwest, we might go to this,
Yeah,
like this guy's like has a huge fan base. So they saved me for the shows that I was close to home,
makes
but it
sense. Yeah.
also meant like that was only like 2 times a year or maybe once a year and I wanted to stay active. So
Yeah.
I opened it up like I fought for gladiator challenge shit like that just so I can stay
Mm,
active, and then I was able to fight for glory kickboxing too because of that and their relationship with each other too as
hmm.
well. So it opened up a lot of doors because of that too, and plus like I loved Bellator was just man dude, I absolutely loved them. Like Scott Coker was My boy, man, texts me on the regular. Like I never had a better boss in the
That's
industry.
awesome. That was
You
going to be
know,
my
I got
question, is if you had
yeah.
a positive experience, and it sounds like you
I
did.
had a huge positive experience. Like man, dude, I mean, like, people are going to go through life having these workspaces. And even for me owning a business, I just want to make sure that my employees have such a dope fucking experience when they leave this job, which
Mm-hmm.
hopefully they do, right? Like, like, oh, I'm going to go do something better. I'm going to start my own business.
Yeah.
I want them to leave, be like, it's super hard to leave because the experience was just out of this world. Right. I never
Yes.
got treated better. I never got that. And Scott Coker gave me that experience, man. He just always wish me good luck. Like he's supposed to be non-biased, right? But he actually cared for me as a person outside of the
That's awesome.
business. So like it's really hard to fight for somebody else because like a lot of these promotions are dirty. I've been in the game for a long time. Like I
Mm-hmm.
never had done got done wrong by a promotion, but like I've seen other people got done wrong, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And um I had a coach named Chris Leben back in the day, and he told me that athletes in combat sports are like strippers. Once you get old, they're gonna bring in somebody fresh and new, and you're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
forgotten. So you got to get in, make your money, make your staple in the sport, and hopefully
Get
get
out.
out. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's very true. When was your last fight with Bellator?
Ooh, post pandemic. Uh,
Okay.
it was actually it was really close to I think it was actually like 2020. Like
Okay.
I beat Amelia Williams. He was a top prospect. I thought I was gonna be on such a big run, and then I fought again to stay active, and literally the next 2 days, the world shut down. So, like, it was honestly during the pandemic era.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
weren't even necessarily going to retire yet. It was kind of a forced retirement by the pandemic.
yeah. Like, I mean, like it was pretty much like, and then like, so the stories do not know. So like that happened, world shut down. Chael Sonnen was still doing submission underground, right?
Hmm.
So I was gonna fight Carlos Condit in submission underground so I could stay active in the
Yeah.
pandemic, right? And then I ended up tearing my ACL preparing for that, right? And
Yeah.
then Carlo had a slip disc in his back. And then he's like, I called the promoter. I'm like, yo, I don't ever pull out, but like, this is what happened. And she goes
Yeah.
like, well, Carlos had a slip disc in his back. This is fucking crazy. Like, so you
Yeah.
got the both out, right? So
Right.
had surgery. Um, it obviously takes a year, right? And
Hmm.
then came back, and I think it'd be easy to go back to my roots. It'd be easy to do a jiu-jitsu fight to come back instead of doing an MMA fight, right? To get back to knock
Yeah.
the rust off, right?
Yeah.
So I was gonna do a jiu-jitsu match, and I got a call to fight Andy Varela for the title,
Hmm.
right? And then like, that's a great tune-up fight, right? I mean,
Yeah.
fucking Andy Varela for a title for jiu-jitsu, and then took that, had a good scrap, ended up losing in the end, and then that's when Eddie Bravo and the UFC called me for Combat Worlds, and then the phone kept on ringing off the hook for me to do jiu-jitsu and grappling, right? And then
Yeah.
so yeah, that's how it kind
Yeah.
of just started. Like I mean, I kind of started my career there, and then I had a little girl. My wife is
Oh,
pregnant, like
that's
and then
awesome.
I just thought like it'd be a lot more easy for me to stay on the mat by doing jujitsu because I'm on the mat all day teaching at my club, right? And
Hmm.
like, and then yeah, and then
Yeah. So it was
Bellator
more,
got bought out too. So I
yeah. And
mean,
then, yep, they got bought out by PFL, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a contract with them, and I didn't like it at all. Um, I didn't like it, man. I didn't like it at all. Like, honestly, if I'm gonna fight MMA ever or make a comeback, I'm probably gonna go overseas. It's gonna be a one, or it's gonna be a Risen, or it's gonna be one of
Yes.
those, right? Like, I think I know my value. I think they appreciate my value more. Like, and
Hmm.
and in this state of my career, I'm kind of being a little international superstar by traveling overseas and doing all these cool
Yeah.
stuff and
That's
stuff like
very
that.
cool.
So it's cool, man. So yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like it was more like your MMA career more like phased out
Yeah, yeah,
unintentionally,
yeah.
and then your jujitsu career picked up. And I know you mentioned before, you didn't want to do jujitsu and grappling because there was no money in it, which is 100% accurate. But we're starting to see a shift in that, right? We're starting to
Yeah,
see
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah,
huge
yeah, yeah,
shift.
yeah. And then like my name rose up because I mean like I'm no offense to jitsu guys, like a lot of you guys are artistic and you can't fucking talk at all. Like it's it's true. Like a lot of them don't have fucking personalities because they're but I get it, but they're fucking great, right?
But they're
Because you
amazing. Yeah.
fucking all day, every day, you're locked in a fucking room doing jujitsu, but your
Mm-hmm.
social life is fucking non-existent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you fucking go play Dungeons and Dragons or whatever. But like like it's they can't talk on camera, they can't sell, and I was blessed. God blessed me with a dope, courageous personality, man. Like, and I can talk to anybody in a room. The joke
Yes.
is, if I fucking walk to a store and see a mannequin, I'll talk his ear off. Like, So, like I said, in my power of selling and selling out arenas and marketing, like I've been on the two biggest history pay-per-view sales and Bellator history, including
Mm-hmm.
Glory too. I had a big part of that and part of
Yeah.
who's number one too. So
Yeah.
people knew my worth, and plus, like I show out, right? Like I have an
Mm-hmm.
exciting style. My MMA style is just like jiu-jitsu. I don't care if I win or lose. I'm gonna put myself in dangerous positions. I let it fly,
Yes.
and people want to tune in, right? So
Definitely.
I got blessed with that, and it was just the time that it was just like jiu-jitsu's popping off, and then they're like, bro, we need a guy like this that is actually like on camera selling stuff and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Who's gonna bring this and this? You just can't have your normal just
Mm-hmm.
I trained hard. Camp was good. Yeah, I'm trying to pass the guard maybe, and then I'm like, dude, oh my god, like it's
Yeah, you're kind
fucking
of the whole
yeah,
package. Yeah.
yeah. So and then a lot of my kids do jujitsu too, so it was right place, right time, honestly. Like
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. And
yeah,
you've definitely made a name for yourself. So now we have all these paid events coming out,
yeah,
CJI, now ADCC is paying more. We hear Dana White saying that he's putting in like millions of dollars into jujitsu in the next couple of years.
yep,
Does
yep.
that excite you? Is that something you're interested in
Yeah, fuck yeah, fuck
doing?
yeah. Like for sure, 1,000%. Because I mean, I think that's the next one I'm probably gonna be on for sure that I'm hunting
Yeah.
for sure. And then that space of marketing and stuff like that, Dana knows what he's doing. I was just waiting. I'm also waiting for these exclusive contracts because I think
Yeah.
like as much as jujitsu is popping off, and I'm glad that everybody's making their money, and I want athletes to make their money. I'm so big on athletes pay. Um,
Hmm.
but I'm pretty sure we're gonna get in an age where people are gonna start getting exclusive deals of like you can't go do that and you can't do that,
Oh,
Because
definitely.
like being on Who's Number One a couple times and then being on Polaris and stuff like that, they're two big industries with two different platforms and two different streamings, right? Like I
Hmm.
see it
Yeah.
how MMA used to be. Like you're either in Strikeforce or you're in Bellator or you're in UFC, like or you're in
Right.
one. You better fucking pick one.
Yeah.
Like
But you're
it's
getting paid to make that worth being loyal, right?
exactly right. So I
Yeah.
I believe it's coming. I hope it's coming because that just means it's
Yes.
good for everybody.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Definitely. Definitely.
yeah.
Not to mention, you can grapple a lot longer, in my opinion, than you can
A
get
thousand
punched in the
percent, a
face.
thousand percent, 1,000%. And like honestly, dude, like I mean, I had two ACL surgery, a torn bicep, and I had three eye surgeries,
Oh,
right? Like
jeez.
my other eye isn't done yet to go back to MMA, and I could get it done, but it's so painful. I was awake the whole time during the surgery. It fucking
And this is from being
sucks.
punched?
Yeah, it can be from punch or eye pokes. Like it's like a
Wow.
retina, not a detached retina, but you can get holes in your retina that can lead to detach, and then just years of just trauma of just sparring, of getting hit to the side, doing
Right.
that. It doesn't even have necessarily need to be an eye poke, right? Like it
Yeah.
just, every
That's
time you get
scary.
your physical done, every time you get your neuro exam done, every time you get your CAT scan for fighting, like something can fucking pop up, right? Like
Definitely.
it's that's why Rafael Lovato doesn't do MMA anymore. Something popped up in his CAT scan when he was in the
Yep.
Bellator. He retired. Guess what? I'm just gonna fucking grapple. Like fuck this.
Yeah.
I made my staple in the sport,
Hmm.
and stuff like that. Like it's you gotta pay me a lot of fucking money to come back and
Absolutely.
But don't get me wrong, I
Absolutely.
get froggy sometimes. Sometimes I want to slap somebody.
Yeah,
But
I
like
bet.
it's
But it's nice though that this is gonna like hopefully extend some of these MMA careers. And then for the people that just aren't interested in MMA, it also extends, them making their money as well.
1,000%, 1,000%. Like, yeah, and I love it, dude. I still have fun with it. I fucking love it. I still like going to the open sometimes and stuff like that and staying active. It's you can do it. If you want to.
Hmm.
So like, yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier about your club. Was it called is it Silverback Wrestling Club?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Paris.
So tell me about that. What year did that start?
Okay, on paper, 2018.
Okay, so it's been a minute.
Yeah. Like legally, 2000, since
Okay, okay.
2018.
But maybe
Uh,
possibly hypothetically a little bit
yeah.
longer.
Nah, it was started way before then. obviously been based off like my fighting career. When I moved to Cali, I just wanted to train with the best in the world, and I got signed by Ruka because I was training with BJ Penn. He was making his comeback, and he was gonna
Hmm.
fight Yair Rodriguez and I think Ricardo Lamas and all them. So stayed back to help him out. Moved from SD up to the OC. And then people found out I was in the area. Like, hey, can you do a prep with my son?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it started out just doing one-on-ones with one or two kids. And then two kids turned out to be 20. And then 20 that turned out to be 40, then 50, and then 60.
Wow.
And then Silverback Wrestling Club was born, you know? That was
Yeah.
just I mean, Ian Silverback Butler was my fight nickname, and then honestly, it got made up by just, hey, we're gonna go to this tournament. We have to put a team name under it, and they just
Hmm.
brought me a T-shirt, and it was just Silverback Wrestling Club, you know. So like, it's
That's
the
cool.
parents came up with it, and then in this time, yeah, man, I have done all my kids' college recruiting. We're the number one club of putting kids into college. We sent like 20 off last year.
That's amazing.
So anytime a kid joins, like, hey, like we're gonna figure it out. Like the next chapter of your life, we're there for you, you know. And it's really special, man. Like
That's special.
especially like how I grew up with my background of like, oh, homelessness, like being an athlete, you know, and just I couldn't afford to go on a lot of trips just in general, but what I learned from a very young age that I got sponsored for a lot of trips because I was good, right?
Hmm.
And
Yep.
then when you're good, people don't want to lose, right? And
Of
they're like,
course.
what do we need to do to get them here, right?
Yes.
What do we need to take care of?
Yeah.
And then I just realized like man, like I got extremely blessed living in the circumstances that I were. At the time when I was a kid, I couldn't understand it, right? Like
Hmm.
mom's trying to figure it out in Southern California, right? We got to move back to St. Louis and live in homeless shelters. But let me just put my kid in the club and I got to travel the United States because of that,
Right.
honestly. And then it
Definitely.
brought so much value to my life. And then being a fighter and actually having like a legit Mexican boxing coach when he calls you mijo and he puts on mariachi music when I'm gonna go box and he's like, you're like my son, like and I have been blessed to have some of the best coaches in the world in my corner that even when I win or lose, when I look back, they have my back.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure when I build a gym or have something when I retired, like every kid walks in here, they're loved and they're
Yep.
appreciated and they feel like we have their back even when they're done out of college, like we're getting invited to weddings, baby showers, and
It's
everything
so
else,
cool.
and that we're a staple in their life. And through all my past experience of my martial arts career of having a lot of special people in my life, this is something of giving back to them for sure. So like it's
That's
special, man.
beautiful.
So yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
awesome. And like
yeah.
you were saying before, like, you were special because you were naturally talented and you also, I assume, worked very hard. But because you were so good, you got these opportunities. And I'm sure you've seen kids that have potential. They just need that help and that push and that financial
Yeah,
stability to get there.
yeah, for sure. Like 90% of my club is like non like it's low finance like
Yeah.
like it's kids need help, right? But
Yeah.
we have taken kids in. I have house kids, we have done it all like
Wow.
and they end up making a national team. Like we just got back from
Wow.
Sweden from one of the girls going to a camp, right?
Amazing.
We're getting ready to go to Fresno this weekend for Kids State, and then we're going to Washington next weekend, and then we're going to Wisconsin next weekend. So just figuring out and just giving these kids avenues of like, hey, like it doesn't depends on your financial situation. Come
Yeah.
talk to me, and we'll
Yes.
figure it out, right? We'll figure it out,
Yes. Yes.
right? So
So to be
yeah,
clear, so there are people paying who can afford to pay memberships. Is that
absolutely,
correct?
yep.
And then for the kids who can't, you just kind of work it out. Is it you personally working it out? Are you collecting donations? How does that kind of work?
We're a nonprofit, so we do have donations and we do have financial aid as well at the
Mm-hmm.
club. But also too, like there's a few that are fully sponsored, but like, bro, you gotta work. You see this front desk here?
Yeah.
And you see this mat here and the mop, and then all the fundraising events, guess who's gonna be there? Like it's
Yes.
gonna be you.
Definitely.
And I think it's huge, like, because I think it's gonna teach you a lot of life skills, honestly. Like, because I had to answer the phone at my gym, I had to do that stuff at my gym, and then
Yeah.
Now, when the gym, guess what? Now I have the life skills to actually put in the portray of answering phones, stuff like that. You're gonna work a fucking job one day. You're gonna have to learn how to do this stuff. So it's
Yeah.
big, man. Like I'm trying to build champions on and off the mat for sure. So,
Definitely. And I'm sure you wear a lot of hats. I'm sure you become a counselor, a financial
oh
advisor.
man,
I can only
yeah, yeah,
imagine.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're like big brother,
Yeah,
older brother,
a
dad,
thousand
grandpa.
percent, 1,000%. Fucking driving over, get your shit together. What the fuck you
Yeah,
do? Yeah, the
disciplinarian. I can only
ah,
imagine.
yep, 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 a
But
thousand
but I'm
percent.
sure it's rewarding as well.
Oh, I love it. Like that's the one, dude. I 1,000% love what I do. It's a joy just walking in here every single day. Like I didn't know, dude. I'm really big on cliches. Maybe because I'm fucking getting older or some shit like that. But like cliches right now are hitting me a little bit more differently. Like, like,
Yeah.
oh, if you love your job, it's like you never work ever again. Didn't understand it until the club got built, right? And I'm like, fuck, dude, I love this shit every single day. I love it. I love it when they compete. I love it when it's like, and then I had to go back to the day of working at Dollar General. Like, that was a bitch, bro. That shit sucked. Shit
You're
fucking
just walking
sucked,
around
dude.
California. You're like, when it rains, it pours. You're
Yeah.
saying the most random cliches. We're like, what is happening to him?
No, like you know what? But it's been hidden in different light though too. Like it's just fucking. I did this training camp for one of them, like for one of those jujitsu shows coming up, and I took the boys. We went to Las Vegas. I had a high rise, right, and it was dope, right? I was on the top of the fucking palms, right, and I'm looking out of the window, this glass window, and it's just a fucking big ass like just light bulb of just Vegas, right? On top of
Right.
that, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, damn, dude, I got my squad here. Like you want to talk about like made it moments, and I'm just like
Yeah.
looking out the sideline of the city and it's beautiful. But a lot of people don't know, like I'm a little bitch when it comes to heights though, right? So like we went outside of the balcony and we're just chilling, you know, and the fucking helicopter went by, right? And the helicopter went like this, and no shit, like he looked over and we locked eyes, right? And we locked eyes, and then he was just like, "Sup?" And I'm like, "Sup?" Right? And then I realized, and then my stomach started getting weird. It started turning, and I realized, bro, we're high as fuck. Dude, this
Yeah.
fucking helicopter is just like top of the morning to you, bro. Like, like, so I ran back inside. I ran back inside. I ran back inside. And I remember leaving, going on the alleyway on the elevator down, and it makes this little thing, and my
Oh
stomach
God.
goes to the yeah, dude. And then I remember my boy was just like, "Man, it's a tough road going down," and I was just like, oh, it is tough coming down because on top of the high rise, just
Yeah.
living life, the road down's fucking hard, huh? And it was just fucking
Cliches.
cliche like yeah,
No,
dude.
Ian, you
It,
should have turned to him and been like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Like you're only speaking in cliches. Was this before or after you guys smoked? Because I feel like we're missing a part of the story.
Oh, that was why I was on the balcony. That's why I was on the balcony. I
There,
was on the balcony
okay.
smoking,
There we
and
go.
while I was
Yeah.
rolling up, and I just we took a dab, and my boy's like, the helicopter goes by, and we're all just staring at the
And
helicopter.
he's like
He's locked
eye
in.
to eye is
Yeah,
crazy.
eye to eye, motherfucker had a polo. Well, fucking, that's how fucking in. That's how, dude, we were fucking close. We were fucking close. And then just somebody's just like, yo, like, bro, we can die up here. It's fucking high as fuck up here. And I was like, y'all want to go inside? They're like, yeah, let's go inside.
Oh my God. I love the fact that a helicopter was level with you guys and you're just having a conversation with a pilot
dude, dude,
casually.
dude.
That's never happened in my entire life. That's insane. That's actually the most insane thing ever. Oh, okay. Back real quick, back to the club. So
Back to the club.
it's only wrestling. You're not teaching any jujitsu or anything like
Only
that.
wrestling, only wrestling. And I'm going to explain why.
Yeah, please.
I do have fighters I do one-on-ones with when it comes to MMA. I even have jiu-jitsu guys when it comes to like doing jiu-jitsu, right? When it comes to
Yeah.
building their wrestling. But Uh, and I support. I even have a couple of my coaches amateur fighting, leading their way to be pro and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I know out of all the martial arts, wrestling is what paid for my education. You
Yes.
know, and being a person that went through all those fucking injuries, right? I look, you can call it whatever people believe in, bless, luck. I don't know, like
Yep.
I made it so I can have a gym. A lot of fighters are not lucky like me that
Yeah.
can do that, right? And a lot of them do not have fucking exit plans. And I'm fucking really concerned, of a lot of them. A lot of them are boys that just got done with the UFC. Some are retired. And I'm like, what the fuck y'all gonna do? Like, because I know your ass wasn't investing when it wasn't talking about that at all
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I don't know what they're gonna do,
Right.
but this is my fucking retirement plan. And it's
Yes.
going well, and I put everything, and it comes to like even big fights over like going to national chips. I'm going to nationals.
Yep.
I'm going to fucking nationals. I've done it
Yeah.
all. I've
Yeah.
done it all. I can retire now. I have all the accolades in the world, right? Right
Hmm.
now, I'm honestly just popping off, fucking having fun, fucking rolling out, and
Yeah.
fucking, yeah, It's like an example of like, I don't care who it is, who I face, that's just always been my thing,
Hmm.
So yeah, 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 yeah. But
Yeah.
that's the reason why
You
jiu-jitsu ain't
focus
gonna
on
fucking pay for your
wrestling.
college. Yeah, boxing ain't gonna pay for your fucking college. We're just wrestling,
Yes.
and we have and my network of wrestling and being with USA, being a national team coach is deep.
Hmm.
That's what I can provide. That's why we're only just wrestling.
Now, how many coaches are helping this club? It's not just you, I assume.
Ooh, I believe I have about 10 on staff. 10
10. And
yeah.
how many kids do you take in? Is there a cutoff or?
We're close to over 100 right now.
Wow. Wow,
So
wow, wow.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
How
yeah,
many
yeah.
days a week is this?
7.
Wow, this is serious. Have you had this is like you're a busy motherfucker, Ian.
7.
How this
7.
is not a club. This is a
Nah.
community. Okay? This is a
7.
town,
That's
a
why,
small
like, it's
town.
different. Like, when people think, like, wrestling, like, nah, we have a homeschool program for people that come in at 1 or 2 to come wrestle and stuff like that. They're going the World Olympic route. We have people going to World Trials.
Wow.
So yeah, we have people that went to Pan Am's for trials, stuff like that, like to represent your country. And then we have
Yeah.
Fargo, the national championship for a week in July. Like, we're nonstop, dude. We have a little
Definitely.
mini programs from 4 to 5, and then we have little kids, and then we have pretty much the Big Brother program, Tuesday, Thursday,
That's
middle school
cool.
kids train with high school kids. Uh, and then we have community service hours here too, if they want to
Wow.
get up for their school. And not only like people think that we're just college, nah, 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 nah. Like we help you get into private school too. Like where do you want to go? Where do we offer scholarships?
Oh,
We have
that's
like
cool.
3 kids in modern day, so it's a giant operation. We just moved into a bigger building in Anaheim. We're 5 minutes from Disney.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
cool.
So it's
Very
it's pretty
cool.
dope. So we call our place the happiest place on earth.
There you go. There
All
you
right.
go.
Disney, don't
Definitely.
don't come at me. Don't see me. All right. So but no, it's really serious. So we have a parent room and we have a we try to keep it as locked and professional as possible if they're going to like a D1 college. So we
Right.
have the lobby room, so the doors are locked. Parents can only watch practice from a TV screen.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, yeah,
sure that
yeah.
stops a lot of issues.
Dude, I
I can only imagine.
being at any other gym, right? Because jiu-jitsu don't believe in it, right? You had the parents on the sideline, it's like, fucking Danny, look, you can fucking grab the leg.
They're practically on
Nah,
the mat doing the
yeah,
jujitsu
nah,
for their
nah, nah,
child.
nah, 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 nah.
Parents are like,
I,
tag me in.
nah, 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 nah. You gotta fucking stay focused and
Oh,
fucking.
I hate it.
Nah, we ain't about that life, dog. Hey, we are paid to do a job to get your kids. At the end of the day, our job is to try to get your kid to college without you paying for it. Okay.
Yes.
And so we can take care of your child. And we're gonna
Yes.
do it our way. All our coach are USA certified, so they're safe sports. So what does that mean? They pass a background check. Everybody
Hmm.
has a background check. Everybody passed the test. Everybody USA
Hmm.
certified. Everybody's safe enough to be on the mat. Everybody's safe
Yes.
enough to be a chaperone, and we locked in. We don't want no distractions. You shouldn't be
Hmm.
looking at fucking Jimmy in his eye in the corner. Like we don't play that shit, bro.
Good. I love that. Have you had any pushback?
Oh, like change. So when it comes to our old location was kind of open. Our new location, that's what I always wanted to do. Even at my boy at Gold Rush, he actually has a see-through glass wall. So parents have to be in the parent room. You have to see through. They can't fucking see in, right?
Wow.
There's always pushback on that. And then if there is a big push out, then we're not, bro. We're not here for you. Like it's
Yeah.
go somewhere else. Like it's
Yeah.
go somewhere else. I'll recommend other clubs. If you want to be that fucking parent that wants to coach your kid, cool, go somewhere else. Like we're not
Yes.
about that life, bro. Like
Yeah.
we're high level coaches. We're doing our fucking job. You can cheer and do everything. You know, there's a tournament day. Anybody can
Yeah.
watch. Fucking
Yeah.
stands, right? You can fucking yell out anything, but you're not gonna be in the fucking chair. That's not your job. Your
Right.
job is to be a fucking parent at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Like, and then if you trust us and stuff like that, that's the end of it. You
Yeah.
know?
I
Yeah,
agree.
that's it.
And it's a disservice to the poor child who it's out of their control that the parents
Yeah.
acting like that, you know?
And plus, it makes it their safe space. The fucking curtains are closed.
Yes.
Boom, boom, boom. I can do what I want. I can hang out with my friends. I can. Obviously, I'm a drill and stay focused and trained, but this is my safe space. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and
Yeah.
every kid deserves that.
I agree with you. So now have you had like, you've been, doing this for years and years. Have you had any kids come back and help you like coach?
Oh yeah, we do all the time.
That's
Call
cool.
so in the summertime, all our college kids come back.
That's so cool.
So yeah, 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 yeah,
That's
yeah. So
cool.
we just got done with our. I just got done fucking grinding this morning and setting off all these camps. So we have a lot of camps. So we have Lehigh University coming for all girls camp, the head women's coach. So we provide a lot of. We're the one of the areas having the best camps and best opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to make it affordable because I don't want kids to miss out on some shit, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, and then I think in June we have like two Olympians coming by for Olympic camp too.
Very
So
cool.
like this is like stuff that like people you can't even touch or see on TV, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
like
so
in
cool.
jiu-jitsu world, I always see like camp seminars are fucking charging out
Oh
the
my
ass,
God.
bro. Like,
Seriously.
and I'm like, bro, like you gotta pay. Like some people can't afford that shit, dude. Like it just to
Yeah.
meet your favorite athlete, and then like. We do a smart job of bringing people in that are going to be personable, right? Because
Yeah.
like if you're just coming in and be like, "Yo, gotta lay," and then you're lazy as fuck, and I'm like, "Man, what the fuck
Yeah.
is this?" Like nobody got shit out of it, right? Like you're
Yeah.
just collecting a paycheck and you're gone. So we're really smart of bringing good people in that are actually going to show out and go the extra mile. Of like, hey, what's up? Like, my name is Jordan Burke. Let me just
Personable.
personable, right? It goes a long way.
Yeah. You said you have had Jordan already come by,
No,
but you want
I'm
to?
throwing it. I'm throwing it out
I
there.
know. I was like,
Okay,
but
good.
I like how you just
We'll get
casually
them.
slid that in.
We'll
I'm
get
like,
them.
wait a
We'll get
minute.
them. We'll get them. We'll get them.
You're like,
I'm not tripping.
hypothetically, if he were to
We'll
hear this
get
clip,
them.
I just slide it into his DMs. I'm like, in case you're feeling charitable.
Like, yo, Ian wants you to fucking, yeah, bro. We're next to
But
Disney. He
why
got family,
not?
dog. He got kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
what?
not?
Yeah,
Have you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
ever taken the kids to Disney? A little
Not
field
yet.
trip? That'd be
Not
cool.
yet. Not yet. We're right, dude. We're in the Mecca. So Disney's next door, and if Disney is expensive, Knoxbury Farm is 10 minutes away, and so is like Ridge River. Like, yeah. And then we're planning our Big Bear Arrowhead camp. So we're that's only 2 hours away. So we're going up in the mountains and stuff like that. So that camp hit super hard. We were out there for like 6, 7 days. We did 2 sessions on the mat morning, and it's not intensive,
Hmm.
right? People always are big on these intensive camp. Oh, we're gonna grind. Like, nah, dude, it's fucking camp, dude. Like, I
Yeah.
had the most fun in fucking camp, like when I was growing up. So we make it that way. So literally, they can wake up on the mat. We do like a little session, not even that hard. In the daytime, we pick an activity like, yo, we're going to the boats, or we're going to the roller coasters, or we're doing this, or we're having a lake day. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah. And
That's
then we
really
train back
cool.
again. So it's cool. Yeah. We do
That
some
is
cool stuff.
cool. Which, speaking of treating them like a kid, so I don't have a wrestling background
Okay.
at
Okay.
all.
All
Okay.
right.
I
All right. All
like
right.
I like played softball for my town. I didn't have athletic parents that like
Softball. What
were
position?
first and occasionally pitcher. But again, for the
First. All right.
town,
All
I
right. All
was
right.
not a D1 athlete. I wasn't even a Z1 athlete. Okay, Ian? Let's put it in perspective.
All right.
But
All right. All
I'm not
right.
familiar with wrestling, but now with jujitsu, I'm familiar with wrestling, and I have a lot of kids that go to my gym whose parents are like wrestling parents. I have seen some crazy culture, and I'm hearing that wrestling can be very toxic culture. Have you had to kind of like almost reteach your coaches or your environment how to be non-toxic? I'm going to give you an example. I've seen kids parents post videos of their kids at a wrestling camp or a wrestling coach, and the coach is cursing at them, get the fuck down, get the fuck up. Have you experienced this when you were a child or in the wrestling community?
I mean, I'm
Is that
gonna be I'm
normal?
gonna be I'm gonna be honest. Like it depends what they call as toxic. We don't have no drama at our club. We're like the
Yeah.
darlings of the community,
I
but we do
love it.
coach hard though. I mean, our phrase of silverback, we have jackets. We don't break, we break people.
Hmm.
Like it has to be hard. I wouldn't say like. Okay, when it comes to toxic, the stuff that we deal with or I have done with, it's
Yeah.
probably like, oh, like I don't want to partner up with this partner, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe, but at the same time, like I don't give a fuck what you say. You need to practice with everybody, right?
Yeah.
That, or if a parent is toxic, um, we kick them out. There's no tolerance, right? It's
Okay.
the
Yeah.
culture, right? You have to protect the culture, right?
Yeah.
Or if the kid is really good, like fucking good, but he's just a dick, uh, we'll kick him out. Like we don't
Oh,
care how good you are. I don't care how good you are. You have to protect the culture. And
yes.
the best thing about culture is like Penn State. Some of those have all these people that win the championship. Or I came from a good culture in St. Louis, CBC. My coach was a junior Olympic coach. So I got blessed. We had a great culture that we worked hard and everything.
Yeah.
So I know about winning culture and championship culture, and it's always like we, not me, and it's
Hmm.
unselfish, right? And even
Yes.
if somebody goes to Olympics, like we support them. The we do coach hard. We will get in your face and we will tell you what's up. Um, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Like it's just wrestling is hard nosed, right? And if a kid pushes back, like we'll tell them what's up. We're real. We're extremely
Yeah.
real. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we're like, and the parents know, right? And that's why we have the closed doors, right? And stuff like that.
Hmm.
I've seen something. So there was a fucking TV show called fuck, dude. They took these junior college kids. It's on a Netflix special. Last Chance You. Have you seen it or heard of it?
No, no, I haven't seen it.
All right. It's a good one. So they take all these I'm known for this too. They take all these like problem child people, kids,
Hmm.
right, that had these D1 scholarships or they stole something or they fucking had an assault charge or they smoked weed in the dorm room. They get
Yeah.
kicked out their D1 program, right? So
Okay.
where do they have to go? They have to go to a JUCO to get back.
Hmm.
So there's this famous JUCO that was taking all these bad kids, right? Kind of like the Raiders in the 70s. They're
Yeah.
known as bad, but they're winning championships, right?
Hmm.
And so they kind of turned their life around, right? So we took a couple bad apples and turned their lives around and they
That's
became good
awesome.
people in society, right? So for them, it was like a video of him just like, get the fuck down. Same thing, right? Get the fuck
Hmm.
down, stuff like that. And then one of the parents, same thing, were like, well, he shouldn't talk to him like that, stuff like that. But you don't know what the fucking kid said. Like, you don't know what he's getting punished for, right?
Yeah.
Was he disrespectful to somebody and stuff like that? And be like, no, you don't do that. For kids like that, you have to respond to them different ways,
Yes.
right? Different
Yeah.
ways. And then he said a quote that was really impactful to me. Cliche, cliche, cliche. Like
Here we go.
he goes like, dude, everybody likes fucking sausages and stuff like that, and everybody likes the way it tastes, but nobody wants to know the process of how they get made because it's nasty and it doesn't look appetizing, and you probably won't eat it after it's done, right? He goes,
Yeah.
that's how you build national championships and world champions,
Yeah.
right? Nobody sees the behind the scenes stuff when training
Yeah.
camp and stuff like that, and you're pushing it and stuff like that. But you want to talk about all the fucking championships and titles, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like
Kind of
that.
sounds
So,
like if you're familiar with Few Will Hunt, the clothing brand, it kind of sounds like them. It's like everybody wants to eat, but only few will hunt. Like the same.
oh,
It's
I
like
like that.
have you heard of
I
that
like
or
that.
no?
I like that. That's a
Yeah,
good
it's like a
little
similar thing.
cliche
It's like
too.
everybody wants the end result, but nobody wants to go
Yeah.
through what it takes
I'll
to
say
get there.
this. Our environment isn't it's world class, bro. Like it's everybody loves each other. Everybody cares about each other.
Yeah.
If we're on your ass, it means we care. Like, you know what I'm
Definitely.
saying?
And I do want to put in perspective like hard work is hard work. That's not the problem. I
Yeah,
think what
yeah,
I
yeah.
was leaning more towards is has to be age appropriate. You're talking about JUCO level, college level. These were 8-year-olds.
Yeah,
Like a
okay.
little
There's a
different.
fine line. There's a fine line. Like we
Like
give our kids wider breaks and shit. Like you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like it's
Yeah, like these
there's
are
a fine
children.
line.
Yeah.
I think
Like these are babies, Ian. Would you yell at a baby?
what the baby do though?
Yeah, you're like, well, it depends. What the fuck did the
Yeah, I
baby
know
say?
what the baby do though.
And like, look, I don't think I'm soft. Like I coach jujitsu. I'm not saying be soft, but I think there's a line. Like, yeah, if the
I
kid's an
get there's a
asshole,
line. There's a line, right? There is a fucking line, but
yeah.
like
You're
I
right.
don't
If the kid's
know.
a little asshole 17-year-old, okay. But if it's just an 8-year-old that's just like tired and their push-up collapse, like you don't gotta like curb stomp them. Like, Jesus Christ.
No. Get your fat ass up, TV. You got two more. What are you
Right?
doing?
Right.
What are
I'm
you
like, I
doing?
don't know. I don't know. And then I've heard stories. I mean, this goes for jujitsu too, because I've seen it, but it's like, again, parents at the competitions are just ruthless. Like they're worse than the coaches and athletes. They get more upset than
Yeah,
anyone.
okay. So that's why we don't let parents in the fucking chair.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why we
definitely
don't
no.
let parents in the chair. Yeah, there is that. I'll give you that. But
There
that's
is
every
that.
fucking like, yeah. That's every fucking sport.
There is that. Okay, I did want to touch on so you coach for you wrote the California and Mexico
Yeah,
team
yeah,
is
yeah.
what I read on your bio. So is
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
through like your those are your kids going there through your program?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I had one Elijah Poe for the Mexico team.
Very
He was
cool.
special. And he also made the national team for California too as well, you know.
That's
So
amazing.
we're going into this new age right now for the Olympics that USA is hard, right? And I put it this way, like poker, right? I'm not good at fucking poker at all. But I if I were to bet, I would like my chances to be like more of a 90% than a
Yeah.
10, right? Then I'll bet maybe, right? I the Olympics is going the same way. You're actually having kids that are like, I'm Egyptian, right? Me going through the USA route, I might lose, but I can make the Egyptian Olympic team though, right?
Hell yeah.
And stuff like that. That's where it's going nowadays,
I see.
right? Like there's a guy named RBY that made the Olympics. There's no way he lost to Spencer Lead, who was American, which is his weight,
Hmm.
right? Which kind of includes to you wouldn't represent the Olympic team because that was the guy that represented the United States,
Hmm.
and you lost to him at the World Trials, right?
Right.
But you went to Mexico and made the Olympic team. And I had a kid in that situation too. Like, hey, Germany wants me to make the Olympic team and stuff like that. I'm like, well, you need to fucking do it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not the United States. I'm like, look, I'm gonna break something down to you. Olympian. Nobody gives a fuck what country you represent. As long as you're Olympian,
That is true.
that's it, right? And then in scenarios of qualifying, same thing, right? Oh, there's nobody in your weight class. You beat two people. Who the fuck cares? Nobody cares how you qualified. As
Yeah,
long as you qualified, you
definitely.
just need to go,
Yeah.
right? So we're going into this new spaces that a lot of my kids are, like I might have a kid from Japan next coming up months, or like we might have a kid from there. Like we're actually pushing a prerogative of oh, like what kind of white are you? Are you kind of Swedish? Are you British? Or are you
Do you want to be? Do you want to
yeah,
apply for dual citizenship?
go over there because
You're like, yeah,
what
I
is
think I need you to actually apply for dual citizenship. They're like, I was born in America. You're like, are you sure? Are
God
you sure?
damn, we missed out on one. God damn.
Yeah.
What about your grandma? What about your
Yeah.
grandma?
You don't have a drop in you. That's so funny.
I
Whatever you
bet.
did.
Hold on. All right. Give me a few minutes. Let me
Yeah,
go
go
be
ahead.
right
Go
back.
ahead.
I'll
Go
be right
ahead.
back.
Yep.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. So we
We
were
left off.
talking. Yeah. So we were talking about how you force children to revert back to their nationality. That'll be a sound clip. I'll be like, what the?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Which
All right.
actually is brilliant. It's actually not a bad idea. I always wondered
Well,
how
you know
that
what?
worked.
Because the Mexico team, it's you don't have to be from Mexico, but you need Mexican descent in your family. So literally,
Oh,
like the
it's a lot of people.
the grandma thing was not a joke. That's like real shit. Like it's
Oh,
like if
wow.
grandma was born in Mexico, you can make the Mexico national team.
Huh. So you don't have to have any citizenship there.
Mm-mm.
Wow. So you're telling me there's kids that are on visas in Mexico to be
Mhm.
on the Olympic team, but don't have.
Yeah, 1,000%. Yep.
Wow. Is that other places too, not just Mexico?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, because Frank Chamizo, one of the greatest wrestlers that's Cuban, is representing the Italy national team. That
Wow.
motherfucker does not look Italian. like at all.
You're right. I've watched the Olympics and been
At all.
like, this person doesn't like, 'cause, with America, we got a melting pot going on, but it's like certain countries, you're like,
No, you don't
yeah,
have to be physically born. It's just your family bloodline, honestly.
interesting.
Like 23 like is it 23andMe? Is that what it's fucking called? Like
Yeah, yeah, 23andMe,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
Honestly, if you get that done and stuff like that, like and you found out and you have
It's
roots, you can go back and fucking make
crazy.
their team.
Wow. And again, for somebody who's not familiar, why is it harder to make it here than it is there?
Those were good.
I assume that's why, but
It's,
like that's
it's,
really just all
okay,
there is to it.
look. It's we're fucking good. We're good, right? And I just got back from Sweden watching us compete. We're fucking good, right?
Yeah.
Now, are there savages in fucking Russia, Japan,
Hmm.
and Croatia and all those people fucking us up too? Yes, right. But I mean, at that point, it's a personal decision. If if you're going and then this girl Brittany is just constantly just beating you, but you're the number two girl in the United States and you cannot get over on her, right? And it's just mentally fucking you up, and you
Hmm.
have a clear chance to go to what's your family background? Where you from?
Where do
Where
you
you
think, Ian? Like, where do you
where you
think?
Why
And why has
people
it
are
got to be
difficult?
Brittany? I'm just kidding.
Why people are difficult? I don't
I
know.
have an Italian
They
background.
Italian?
Yeah.
Exactly. You telling me you want to take that shot to be
Hell
like,
yeah,
why don't
I
you come
would.
and then they're just gonna pay, you're gonna get all these life experiences, sponsors, everything else because you're a
Yeah,
fucking Olympian?
absolutely.
Like, yeah, like I think just play your cards the way like, like the way
Yeah.
it's dealt, and then just there's other loopholes to get in.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, like how some kids might want to make the American team because, like you said, there's prestige to that. But you're basically saying if you have a shot to make it to the Olympics, who cares? And it's the truth.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, I say I want to train world champions. Does it matter where your world champion comes from, or do you just
Yeah.
want world champions? You
Yeah.
know,
You're right.
like it's that, you know?
Yeah.
So,
No.
like, yeah.
You're absolutely right. So when you're not doing everything you just described to me 7 days a week, helping other children and being the most selfless human on earth
Okay, I'm
casually,
not here 7 days. I'm like, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday,
you're like six and a half.
Friday.
Get it right. When when are you training and where are you training?
Oh, so I have the melting pot. I'm cool. So like so I'm down in SoCal, like I said, Anaheim. Next door to me is Costa Mesa, which is AOJ.
Oh, very
Eddie
cool.
Bravo. When I go down to LA, it's only a 40-minute drive when I go see Eddie.
Oh, nice.
Um, when I get busy, it's hard. If I want to go down to SD with my boy Dean Lister, because I used to live with him when I first came out here, that's only 45 minutes south down that way. Also, I'm blessed to be where I'm at because everybody comes to me. So like I
Oh,
have a
nice.
gym in Violent Gentlemen. That's one of my sponsor owners of Black Belt.
Hmm.
All the AOJ Black Belts go there and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
nice.
anytime I'm in training camp, stuff like that, I just go down there, So
Very
like
cool.
morning times, usually free, go over there. Afternoons, usually free, get it done.
Cool.
Uh so yeah. So once I'm
Yeah.
in camp and stuff like that, it's easy for me to be like I'm going morning, afternoon, and then
Right.
coach at night or if I'm getting really close, I have one of my coaches take over my sessions at night and stuff
That's
like that
cool.
a couple
Do you
times. So
have
yeah.
do you have a gym that you would consider like your home gym or no?
It's 10 Planet HQ for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
with
awesome.
Eddie. Yeah, that's
That's
my guy.
awesome. So what's
Yeah.
coming up for you? Anything that is on your
Um,
radar that you can talk about?
uh, I know. Fuck, what should I talk about right now? Um, fuck. All right. So in September, you'll probably see me in the UK
Okay.
competing live on Flow. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Uh, I'll be
Very
in the
cool.
UK. You'll see me on Polaris again
Hmm.
this year, later on this year. Just got done doing Who's Number One.
I saw that. Yeah.
Um, you'll probably see me on Fury Grappling make my debut again this year.
Ooh.
Because we had negotiations that fell through during
Yeah.
December. Supposed to be on that card, but it's all right. I'll be back.
Hmm.
So those are the three I'll give you, and the rest
Okay.
are surprises. Yeah.
Surprises. Okay. And
Yeah.
I know we spoke before, but when you come out for Fury, you got to let me know because then I'll grab you in
Where
person.
you at?
I'm about 30 minutes from where Fury is.
Okay, but where you at though?
Oh, I'm like, you want my home address? Everybody's gonna listen to this.
Like where? What state?
I'm South Jersey in, well, my town is Pennsville. I'm like right over the Delaware Memorial Bridge, if you know where that is.
Jersey.
So South Jersey.
Okay, when I used to do pans a lot when it was in Europe, I used to stay in Hoboken.
Hoboken is
Uh,
about an hour and a half to 2 hours north of me.
okay.
So like,
I'll be in
New
New York.
Jersey's
I'll be
like
in New York next
long.
week.
Well, Ian, where the hell was this energy when I asked you when you're coming to the East Coast? What the hell?
Okay, I just found out a couple of days. Hey, if you don't know my life,
God damn it.
if you don't know my life, things just pop up randomly. Like it's just like, yo, Ian, by the way, you're going to Sweden. All right, cool. 2 weeks, coach US team. All right, bet.
Damn.
It just pops up
What's
like
in New
randomly.
York?
I'm gonna go to Columbia to go coach the University of Columbia, the US
Cool.
girls. So that's the thing. That's the thing you're gonna find out about my life. That's how exciting it is. Like I
That's
can
cool.
get calls to be like, and I'm probably gonna go to Japan in August. But a lot of my stuff isn't
Oh,
planned. I'll get a call and be
you just
like,
go.
Ian, you're gonna go coach. Yeah. So I'm gonna be in New York. I'm gonna coach my kids Friday. I'm gonna be on a red eye. I'll land Saturday. I'll coach at Columbia for
So
one of my
cool.
athletes. And then later on that night, I might do a clinic in Jersey or New York on Saturday.
Very
And then I'm a
cool.
dip and then go to PA and coach one of my girls at Wyoming Sim at Pennsylvania, one of my old coaches, and then I'll make my way back to New York and then I'll dip and come back Monday. And I just got
Wow.
done literally like an hour ago before we talked. So that's what I'm saying. Like it is
Wow. That is
my life
really
is yeah.
that's cool though. Now,
Yeah.
you told me you have a daughter, a very young daughter and a wife. So are they
Yeah.
traveling with you and doing all this or they're kind of at home base most of the time?
They Sweden was hard for them to go to,
Oh yeah,
but
it's far.
London, when I fought in London for Polaris, they came out for
Oh, that's
sure.
cool.
That was cool because our first trick or treating was in London, so that was
Oh, I
really
think I
cool.
saw that. That's
Yeah,
very
she was a
cool.
dinosaur. Yeah,
How many kids can say that, right?
yeah, I know,
Very
right?
cool. Very cool.
Yeah,
You live a
and
very
then trick or
exciting
treating
life.
Halloween in London is not popping.
No? Wait,
No,
actually,
they don't really believe in Halloween at all.
yeah. I was studying abroad in Italy
Oh, tell me
when
about
I
it.
was in college. I just feel like every white girl says this, so it feels weird saying it, but I was studying abroad in Italy and casually. And
All
I
right.
remember Halloween, they didn't celebrate. And then me and my friends went to look for candy, and they literally don't sell like in the United States. We have like, junk candy, Reese's, like Kit Kats. They had like, top of the line Italian chocolate. I'm buying like $10 chocolate bars for Halloween because that was all they had back
Mhm.
in, 2013, I guess. Crazy. Yeah, don't do that
2013.
math. Don't do it.
Where were you at overseas?
I was in Florence, Italy.
Italy, huh?
Yes.
All
And then of
right.
course I like, puddle jump to other countries because as you know, when you're there, it's not that
It's
difficult to do.
easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. I
Took
know.
Ryanair.
They fucking when I went on the student trip, I landed in Amsterdam, which
I've
could have
been.
been they the United States and our manager is like, fucking Ian, it's only a layover. So I swear to God, Ian, they know me as a big pothead. I am, right? So, they're like, bro, you cannot, that's why I didn't get fucking put on the cards on on the,
Fury?
no,
Oh, I was gonna say.
I was gonna fight for one, but, Singapore.
Oh.
Singapore has a no drug allowance, and then they said if you bring weed over here, like you will be hung, right?
Oh my God.
And then they're like, yo, Ian can't go. And I was like, no, I'm going. And they're like, Ian, like, you better not fucking, I swear to God. And I was like, but what if I put him to like Ian? I fucking like no. And then they're like, you will be hung. Like, you don't read this? And then I'm like, but how big's the rope though? Like,
You're like, at least I'll be high during.
Yeah.
It'll numb the pain. That's fucking insane. That's
I'm
the
like, y'all
craziest
get
thing
on
I've
my
ever heard.
fucking nerves. How the fuck I'm supposed to do? Like, you're an athlete, go run, go do something. I'm like, no, it's not good enough, bro.
So you didn't go or you went?
To Singapore?
Yeah, I can't.
No, I didn't go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. But I think
I went to
it's
Amsterdam
good you
though.
didn't.
Bitch,
Amsterdam, all I'm
I
gonna
didn't
say
get a
is
chance
that was
to.
wild.
I was supposed to teach a clinic out there. I'm still am,
That's
uh,
cool. But
yeah,
it was
dude.
just a
I'm.
layover.
Yeah, it was
You
just
didn't have
whatever.
the full experience. You need to go have the full experience.
Dude, there's black people in Amsterdam. Didn't
Yes.
even know. Like, yeah, shot. No, dude, because I'm like the only like chocolate chip that's fucking that's you said why chocolate chip? I'm like the only. It's because I dated this white girl in Missouri, and I went to go visit her family for the first time, and
Okay.
her mom was like, "Oh my God, he's a cute little chocolate chip." And he's like, "Mom, you can't say that." So I
You always
always say that, and I got a chocolate chip tattoo.
because of
Uh,
that?
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no.
okay. I was
So
gonna
like,
say a
it's
literal
here.
chocolate chip.
Yeah, it's a chocolate chip, a little chocolate chip,
And
and it
why?
says chip. Oh, because me and my
Chip on your
adopted
shoulder.
mom, yep,
You're
yep.
so smart.
Used to have cookie dates, chip on my shoulder. That's my favorite thing to eat after a fight and stuff like that. Chocolate chip cookie.
That's cute. I like it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Even
And then in
even
Sweden, I was the only black guy out there. And like, yeah.
yeah. But
So a part
now,
of camp.
but if you go to France, there's plenty
Oh,
of
there's some out there too. I mean, I went
yes.
to oh, I mean, I don't know. Dude, Sweden, I was literally the fucking only and then they kept on comparing me to like Ian's funny. He's like Kevin Hart. They kept on comparing me to fucking
Oh
Kevin
my
Hart.
God.
And I'm fucking taller than him.
By a lot. He's like
Yeah,
five
a
four.
lot, dude, a lot. Made me humorous. I take it. I take it. I take it. I take
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
still,
But you're
they're like,
like,
oh, it's like if they're like all Americans like you outgoing, and I'm like, no. Like, have you fucking met Dan? That from fucking non-personality ass, bro. Fucking wall.
well, when I was studying abroad, it was right after the Jersey Shore was in Italy, the cast.
Oh shit.
So they just attributed Americans specifically to like Snooki. So they just assumed they were like,
Fish pumping.
"You're from New Jersey? You Snooki?" I'm like, "No, no, I'm
Oh
not." I'm
damn,
like, "No, I'm not."
dude.
So that was what they thought I was. So I
Hey,
don't know
so
what's
how
worse.
the hell did you get into jiu-jitsu?
Oh, okay. Let me just flip it around, Ian.
Yeah.
Um, so I got into jujitsu. So I was boxing. Okay. Long story short, I was living in Nebraska, Ian.
Why Nebraska? So we went to Florence, Jersey,
Yeah,
and now we ended up in
so
Nebraska.
Florence was when I was in college. Post college, I was back in New Jersey, where I'm from. I was living about 40 minutes from where I live now. I was working a job and it got bought out.
Okay.
Similar to your Bellator experience. So,
Yeah.
so they were
Yeah.
like, okay, either we're going to lay you off or you can go work for the company that's buying us out. And they were offering quite a substantial amount of money to stay. I was 27, I think, and I was like, fuck it. I'll go. So I got the job and they were like, you're gonna have to move to Nebraska on a 2-year contract. I'm like, okay. I go to
2 year
Nebraska.
contract in Nebraska. Where parts of Nebraska?
Omaha, which isn't so bad because it's the city.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
so a city is kind of a city. Like, yes, it's the Midwest, but it wasn't like as drastic as people think. I wasn't like in a cow field. Actually, now where
Okay.
I live is outside of a cow field. But anyway, so I was there for 2 years. And then
Right.
after the first year, the pandemic hit. So then I was just like, this sucks. I'm like in Nebraska during a pandemic. This is ass. And I started boxing. I was a CrossFitter, use that term very loosely. And then I was like, I want to do something else. Started boxing. I loved it. And they had jujitsu at that gym, but it was during the pandemic. And I was like, not really interested in having these disgusting people lay all over me. I'm going to stick to boxing. So I
Yeah.
did. Anyway, my contract ended. I came back to New Jersey, continued boxing in Delaware, but it was a little sketchy. Not gonna lie, it was a little sketchy. I
All
was a
right.
little scared every time I went there. The area was sketchy, the
All
people were sketchy. I was a little
right,
nervous.
all right, all
Here
right.
I come, fucking Barbie in
Yeah,
my
yeah,
green
yeah,
Jeep. Beep beep. Like I didn't
yeah.
exactly blend in,
All
Ian,
right.
okay? So I was like, I don't know, I'm not really fitting in here. Like the people were very nice, but like even the coach was like, make sure you park where the cameras are. Like it was just not a great area. So
Should be parked with a
eventually,
camera, sir.
literally, I was like, please
Okay,
protect
next.
me,
Okay.
protect me. But he would also be like, oh, go warm up with a jog. It was black, like pitch black outside, and he wanted me to jog alone in the middle of
What?
Newark, Delaware, which is not known for being a great area. So I was like, I feel like my luck's running out. I'm about to die. So I want to find somewhere closer to home. So I
Yeah,
started
yeah.
searching for a gym nearby and I found a jujitsu gym. They didn't have boxing near me because I live in a very rural area. I was like, oh, jujitsu, that sounds cool. I was going through a breakup. I had a lot of angst. I was like, it's perfect. So
Yeah.
then I just did it and I was like, this is amazing. I'm obsessed with it. And it's the only hobby I've never given up on. And the rest is
All
history.
right. How long you been? How long have you
Only a little over 2.5 years.
bet? Fuck yeah.
Not even
Hell
three
yeah.
years.
It's
Crazy.
changing your life and you like
Literally,
it. You
look,
like
I'm
it.
podcasting about it. Like, who do I think I
You
am?
podcasting.
Yeah. I've always wanted to have a podcast, but I just didn't want to be like cliche. I didn't want to be
Yeah.
the girl that was like, let's talk about, dating. Like everyone does that. It's so boring. So I was like, what could I talk about? And then my friend Yara one day was bullying me and was like, you don't shut the fuck up. You should do a podcast and
Yeah,
talk
girl.
about
Yeah.
jujitsu. And I was like, it's a
Yeah.
great idea. And then
Yeah,
I did.
yeah, 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 yeah. You doing any tournaments yet or no?
Yeah, I compete. Yup. I just did finishers 2 weekends ago, which is up in Bethlehem, New Jersey. I've done all the Nagas, all the grappling industries, and
All
now my
right.
goal is this year I would like to do a super fight. I think that'd be cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I'm only a
I
blue
got some
belt.
I got some connections, you know. I think you probably be a good candidate for main character,
Oh,
you
that'd be
know.
cool. I just
Yeah, yeah,
interviewed the two
yeah.
girls this week that are on main character. Dude, I'm talking about the
Is that
Katie's.
the fucking is that the stimulate the slap?
Mm-hmm.
So what's up with that? Break it down for me. So like one girl was sleeping with a bunch of girls and then the other girl was like, nah. And then the other girl
No, so
drama, like what's the tea?
okay, so everyone's listening to this podcast like, whoa, we're changing gears. But
Yeah,
basically, and I will
yeah.
let you'll have to listen to hear it for yourself because I don't want to put words in any mouth, but I will say the general issue is that the one girl, because they're both named Katie, so it's confusing, but the one girl, Katie, her side of the story is that a guy she was dating was treating her very
Is that the long
wrongly.
hair one or the short hair one?
Short hair Katie.
Okay. That's
Short
all
hair
I know.
Yeah, so short hair Katie was saying that she was dating a guy that was abusing her. I'm telling you what she said. Guy was
Okay.
abusing her. She went to the girls at that gym and was like, this dude's abusing me. Long hair Katie was basically like, that's not true. You're lying.
So
And
they
then
used to be teammates?
no, short hair Katie was apparently dropping into this gym temporarily, short term. So
Okay.
they weren't necessarily teammates, but they for a short term were I
If they
guess.
were teammates, that would have been made for a great story, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
so that's where the feud started, but then it kind of snowballed because short-haired Katie, she does a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Like she does a lot of protesting and things like that for different rights that she believes in. And apparently long-haired Katie
It's always the
posted some
short hair
things.
girls that be doing that shit. It's always the short hair white girls who be fucking doing that shit.
You said it and I didn't. I just want to make the record straight. I didn't say that. That was Ian Butler for anybody listening. That wasn't my voice. Just to be crystal fucking clear.
I mean, I'm down. They always stand up for black rights. I'm like, yeah,
There
I'm
you
down.
go. Yeah,
Like,
what do you complain about?
yeah, I'm down. I'm down. I'm just saying. That's the
You're like, I'm
typical
just
older.
making a fact. I'm just stating a fact.
Yeah, I'm just making a fact. All right. Keep going.
So, and you're right. One of the things was about BLM from what she told me. So, allegedly, again, allegedly, long hair Katie was posting things that were rubbing short hair Katie the wrong way, going against her beliefs. And this feud just spiraled out of control. And then they decided, you know what? All we do is fight. We should just
So
actually fight.
scrap it. Yeah.
So they tried to do combat. They couldn't get it sanctioned. And so the promoter was like, "We can't get it sanctioned. How about you guys just slap each other at the end?" And that's what they decided on.
Are they the same weight class though?
apparently, I think one is slightly heavier by like 10 pounds, but they're both gonna make weight to be the same weight, is from what I
Okay.
understand.
All right, man.
I think it was 10
All
pounds.
right,
Yeah, so stay
all right.
tuned. I think that's March 30th. I'm definitely tuning in. But I am gonna post a
Yeah.
podcast with both of their sides of the story so you can hear it firsthand.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Delivering it
Yeah,
to you, piping hot, Ian.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I like it. I like it.
yeah. So back to you. Well,
Okay. All right. All right.
we'll wrap up because I feel like you've given me a lot, and then hopefully, when you decide to tell me your whereabouts, we'll meet in person, and I'll maybe we could talk more. But
No. Yeah, I'm all over the place. Sometimes I don't even
yeah.
know. Yeah,
So
yeah,
you have a
yeah.
lot coming up. You already kind of went through that. Any shout outs you want to give before we wrap this out?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I do have an announcement. I just got signed to Epic Fighting. I'm gonna be the new commentator and the new
Okay.
guy down there. Down in
Nice.
SD. They're on five TV stations. One of them's the WB. I like the
Very
WB because
cool.
I ain't had fucking cable growing up, so I had to watch WB. Okay. It was France. That was like my first white group. I was cool with. Okay.
Okay.
You
I
know,
grew
so
up
yeah,
watching PBS Kids, so I know how you feel.
yeah. Oh, and everybody loves Raymond, and then Kings and Creams is my shit. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Very
All right.
cool. So that's
Yeah.
your
So
announcement. Anything else?
yeah.
I'm sorry. I have a little bit of autism as well. Go on.
A little bit of tism.
Okay. Go ahead.
Where the hell my fucking announcement, bro?
Just try to keep us on track. Go ahead. You interviewed me for like 20 minutes. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna have a podcast.
I know. I feel like I'm on your show. I'm confused. I'm so confused. Okay, I won't. Okay, go ahead. You have the floor.
Anything else?
It was not that rude.
Yeah,
Okay.
what?
I apo
Anything else?
I apologize. Okay. I'm cutting that out. No, I'll leave it in. Okay. I'll leave it in. I'm gonna leave it in. I'm sorry. As
All
you were
right,
saying is
fine.
what I meant.
Be professional.
I'm trying. As you were
All
saying,
right, my shout outs are all right. Couple good sponsors, Jocko Fuel.
that's cool.
A lot of people don't know. Jocko was one of my coaches back in the day.
That's cool.
Supports me a lot. Fucking love him. He also sponsors the gym at the club too. So
Very
yeah.
cool.
E-ride bikes, because I'm a little extremist. I got a little dirt bike, a little
Okay.
e-ride. Dave and Buster's, one of my sponsors that's been good because every time I'm in a town, go to a homeless shelter, take kids out to Dave and Buster's, play
That's
video
cool.
games.
Very
And
cool.
then obviously Silverback Wrestling Club, because we're the best club in the world. And if you want good opportunities to change your life, always hit us up. And then slide in my DMs, Ian Butler MMA. I always try to answer back, even though my DMs are kind of full, but I'll
Yeah.
always try to get back to you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it.
That's awesome. And remind me where in California you're located? Is the
Oh,
club
we're in
located?
Anaheim. We're 5 minutes from Disney,
That's right.
right? Yeah. So, I mean, you can fly into LA or you can fly into John Wayne or Long Beach. Long Beach is the best, by the way.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
smaller. It only has like two or three terminals. Easy get in, easy get out.
Very
So,
cool.
yeah.
Well, thank you, Ian. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome.